The tension between two well-known fighters, Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach, has been building over the last several months, culminating in a highly anticipated fight that has captured the attention of fans and industry professionals alike. This heated rivalry is not only fueled by their intense personalities but also by the history between the two fighters, with past encounters and differing perceptions of each other adding further fuel to the fire. As the fight draws closer, both fighters have made their feelings clear through public statements, with each attempting to gain the upper hand mentally and emotionally before they step into the ring. One of the most notable aspects of the build-up to this fight has been the public feud between Tank and Lamont. Gervonta, known for his aggressive and sometimes intimidating persona, has been the subject of much discussion as many commentators speculate that his recent public behavior is a tactic to undermine his opponent before the fight. Tank has been known to rely on intimidation, often using his reputation and brash demeanor to unsettle opponents. However, some have suggested that this approach may not work against Lamont Roach, who is not easily rattled and has become increasingly confident as the fight approaches. Tank himself has spoken about Lamont's recent behavior, dismissing it as nothing more than a persona that he is putting on to gain attention. Tank believes that Lamont is trying to portray himself as a tough, brash individual to appear as a credible threat, but Tank is quick to point out that he sees through these attempts to gain media and public attention. He asserts that Lamont is only making outlandish claims to garner headlines, knowing that this fight represents the biggest opportunity in his career. According to Tank, Lamont's confidence is misplaced, and the media-savvy tactics are not going to change the outcome of the fight. Despite Tank's criticisms, Lamont has remained unfazed by the jabs thrown his way. Lamont's own attitude towards Tank's comments reflects his belief that the personal animosity between the two is just another part of the psychological game fighters play in the lead-up to a big match. Lamont, in turn, has continued to express his own confidence in his abilities and his determination to prove himself in the ring, despite what Tank might say. Lamont's belief in his own skills stems from his experience and the fact that he has been in the ring with some of the best. He knows how to handle the pressure and how to deal with the mind games that often accompany high-profile fights like this one. As the build-up to the fight intensifies, many commentators from within the boxing community have weighed in on the likelihood of either fighter coming out on top. Abel Mendoza, a well-known figure in the sport, has shared his thoughts on the matchup, suggesting that Lamont Roach should not be underestimated. Abel has spent time training with Lamont and has seen firsthand the skills and determination that he brings to the table. Despite the fact that Tank is widely considered one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Abel believes that Lamont has the tools to pull off an upset. Abel has a history with Lamont from their early amateur days, and he recalls how, even then, Lamont stood out as a fighter with a unique blend of skills and determination. Abel pointed to Lamont's extensive background, which includes numerous titles and medals, as proof of his potential. Lamont, according to Abel, has the kind of ring IQ and timing that can give even the most seasoned fighters problems. He believes that Lamont's experience and tenacity make him a real threat in this fight, and he has nothing but respect for his abilities. At the same time, Abel also acknowledged that Tank is a formidable opponent and one of the best in the business. Tank's reputation for being a powerful and aggressive fighter precedes him, and Abel recognizes that he is a fighter who thrives on confrontation. However, Abel is confident that if anyone can challenge Tank and possibly defeat him, it's Lamont. He believes that Lamont has the skills, the mindset, and the right combination of experience to take on Tank and emerge victorious. While Abel's perspective sheds light on Lamont's strengths, it also highlights the ongoing debate surrounding Tank's place in the boxing world. Despite Tank's accolades and his reputation as one of the most brutal fighters of his generation, some critics argue that he hasn't faced the toughest competition available. Abel himself has been vocal in suggesting that Tank should be taking on more challenging opponents to truly prove himself as one of the all-time greats. He points out that for Tank to solidify his legacy, he needs to face fighters who can push him to his limits. Lamont, according to Abel, could be the fighter to do just that. Coach Lenny, another respected figure in the boxing community, has also shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight. Lenny recognizes the talents of both fighters but is particularly focused on Tank's ability to perform under pressure. Lenny explains that Tank thrives in high-stakes situations and is able to channel the hostility and personal animosity surrounding a fight into a focused and brutal performance in the ring. Lenny believes that this is one of Tank's greatest strengths and why he is so dangerous in the ring. Tank, according to Lenny, knows how to use the tension and stress of the lead-up to a fight to fuel his aggression and unleash a relentless attack once the bell rings. However, Lenny does not completely discount Lamont's chances. He notes that while Lamont may be the smaller and younger fighter, he possesses the qualities needed to make the fight competitive. Lenny also highlights Lamont's skill set, pointing out that Lamont has good timing and a solid ring IQ, which could make him a difficult opponent for Tank if the fight goes the distance. Nevertheless, Lenny's analysis leans toward Tank being the more likely winner due to his ability to adapt during the fight and his proven track record against top-level competition. As the fight nears, it is clear that both fighters are in top physical condition and are preparing for one of the biggest challenges of their careers. Tank has been participating in intense training sessions, focusing not only on his offense but also on improving his defense and agility. These training clips, shared by Tank and his team, show that he is working hard to ensure that he is ready for anything Lamont throws his way. Tank's preparation has been nothing short of intense, with his team sparring and hitting pads under the watchful eye of his trainers, making sure that he is in the best shape possible to defend his title. Despite the high level of preparation on both sides, many observers believe that Tank's experience and reputation will ultimately give him the edge in this fight. His ability to perform in hostile environments and deal with the mental and emotional aspects of big fights makes him a tough opponent for anyone. However, the fight is far from a foregone conclusion, and Lamont's confidence, combined with his skills and experience, means that he will not go down without a fight. In the end, this highly anticipated matchup between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach is shaping up to be one of the most exciting and closely contested bouts in recent memory. Both fighters have the skills and mental toughness to come out on top, but it remains to be seen who will have the upper hand once they step into the ring. Whether Lamont's confidence is genuine or whether it is a result of Tank's psychological games, one thing is certain: this fight is going to be a spectacle that no boxing fan will want to miss. The outcome of this fight will have significant implications for both fighters, and it will likely shape their careers for years to come. If Tank wins, it will reinforce his place as one of the top fighters of his generation, while a victory for Lamont could signal the rise of a new star in the boxing world. No matter what happens, this fight is set to be a defining moment in the careers of both men, and it will be remembered as one of the most talked about clashes in recent boxing history. As the fight draws near, fans are eagerly awaiting the action, and the tension between Tank and Lamont is only growing. Whether you are rooting for the experienced champion or the hungry underdog, this is a fight that promises to deliver fireworks. So, what do you think about this highly anticipated matchup? Will Lamont Roach be able to back up his confidence, or will Gervonta "Tank" Davis prove once again that he is the fighter to beat? The countdown to the fight has begun, and the stage is set for what could be an unforgettable night of boxing.